everybody. I'm Jamie Kale Miller of Pandora Astrology, and with me today is Julia.
Hello, I'm Julia Migos, and I'm joining in for Mystic, Connecticut.
And Natha.
Hi, I'm Natha Campanella, and I'm joining in from Boulder, Colorado.
Today we're going to look at the full moon of April 2019. A full moon, as you probably already know, is a time when the sun and the moon are opposite each other in the sky, so that we have a really great view of a big, beautiful full moon in the sky opposite from where the sun is. And so that is going to be an opposition, of course, by definition. And this particular full moon is happening in the sign of Libra right here. And it's opposite the sun in the sign of Aries. And there's some interesting things going on with this full moon. Julia, what did you notice?
Well, the first thing that struck me about it is it's a highly relational full moon, because the full moon aspect by its very nature does tend to shine a spotlight on our relationships. And it's in the sign of Libra, which is kind of the ultimate relationship sign in astrology. Plus, there's that trine from Juno, which is a very relationship-oriented asteroid.
So definitely a full moon to do with relationships. Do you think it'll affect people in the relationship area of their life?
Yeah, one-to-one, either romantic relationships or one-to-one relationships, like strong partnerships, too. Even a platonic best friend, if that's what's the strongest relationship in your life right now.
Mm. And Natha, what did you notice?
Yeah, so something that I notice is that we have a very close conjunction with the Sun and Uranus. And so as we're talking about relationships and as these relationship themes are coming up for us, something that we might notice is that our sense of self, within the relationship really comes up for review. And we might find that we become more independent seeking, or maybe that there are parts of ourselves that really need to somehow go through some revisions or some revolutions in order to be more comfortable within our relationships.
That makes sense. And what about this Juno over here that's trining the moon? Julia, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, she's trining the moon and also sextiling the sun, which also means she's being aspected by Uranus. So it's kind of like a cookie cutter relationship, or a cookie cutter solution for your relationships might not work this month. You might have to sort of individualize your approach more.
Do you guys think that this Juno forming harmonious connections to both ends of the lunation is going to tap off some of the stress of that full moon? And what do you think that might look like in people's relationships? Natha, do you have any ideas?
Sure. Yeah. Juno is about settling into relationships. It's about long-term partnerships. And so, we might find that even though we are dealing with, who am I within my partnership? How do I keep my sense of self and also keep my sense of being in relationship with you? That Juno might give us some extra support in really being able to relax into just this sort of unconditional love that, we hope is present within all of our close partnerships, even if it doesn't always feel like it is.
It seems to me there's a communication theme there with Juno and Gemini. Julia, do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, Juno and Gemini really needs a lot of sort of good, balanced communication in order to sort of be happy in her partnerships. And that's going to be a wonderful support, because that Uranus right next to the sun does not like to compromise very easily. So there may be some sort of issues around compromise, but the communication, that support from that Juno and Gemini, means that communication will help support and perhaps maybe balance out both sides with communication.
Yeah, find the middle way between the deeply relational Libra moon and the highly individualistic sun and Uranus. Yeah, I totally agree. There's one more feature of this full moon that I wanted to tell you guys about, everybody out there in the world about, and that is that it's in 29 degrees. Check it out. Sun is at 29 degrees of Aries. Moon is at 29 degrees of Libra. And whenever you've got a planet placed in 29 degrees, it's in the very, very tail end of the sign that it's in. Also, Juno's in 29 degrees too, so this is a very tight aspect and a very compelling connection that this grouping has. So there's a special name for 29 degrees. It's called the anaretic degree, and it has embedded directly within it a very specific feeling of urgency towards closure and completion. So all the planets involved are not only interested in fulfilling on their agendas, the moons to create partnership and relationship and perhaps keep the peace, and the suns to bring the spark of individuality in the relationship, and Juno's to provide the communication that can smooth the situation over. But each of these planets is also bringing a certain sense of urgency to do it and to really do it well, to do it properly. So that's it for this full moon video. I hope you enjoyed it. Visit us at pandoraastrology.com.
Bye-bye.
Bye.